Hey, it's Suze, and welcome to tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away. Hey, nice to see ya. Hey, let me tell you, boy, I was in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and I made this whole website with all of these crazy letters that I have, because all I have is these letters. Nobody was doing anything. And so what I did is I circled them around to law enforcement in which I thought that there were certain things that might have happened in their district in the past so they could at least take a look at it. So one of the places that I sent it was iWatch in the Los Angeles Police Department. And so I had a police detective call me back and actually thank me for giving him that information, and that was Detective Aaron Banks of, an iWatch in Los Angeles Police Department. So, but anyway, let me tell you, and he wanted to know who my new agent was. I told him I had a new agent. Well, that was Special Agent Bill Roney up in Buffalo, New York. And so, because they want to talk law enforcement stuff and all that. And it's, hey, there's terrorism crap all over the place. And you got bad FBI, hey, you're having a little connections here and there doesn't hurt anything. But boy, let me tell you, I got steered out of Texas, wound up in Arizona, and then wound up in Los Angeles. Because I was thinking, well, after I got screwed over in Tuba City, I'm like, well, the next place that, I know a guy that I trust is in Los Angeles. So I called Detective Aaron Banks when I got there. And then, oh my God, he was so furious. He yelled and screamed at me. He's like, oh my God, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing in my city? What are you doing in my city? He's like, not being in Woodstock. He's like, that's major stuff. Not being in Woodstock. Oh my God, that is major, And I'm like, dude, it is not my fault, Detective Banks. Dude, I need your help. And he was like, oh my God, you're not Woodstock. That's major. So I'm like, well, you know what? Well, he yelled and screamed at me so much. I was just like, God, dude, what in the hell? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm winging it here, You know what I'm saying? But I figured out why he was being so insistent on yelling at me. And he even yelled at me. He's like, you need to get back to Texas. You need to get back to Texas. Okay, he was being insistent on yelling at me because it was a planned sting operation down there in Southern California. And boy, dude, man. And it was a scam between supplemental health care. Interestingly enough, that they have an office up in Buffalo, but they have a satellite office down in Long Beach. And boy, it was kind of crazy. That ties in that whole financial crime in which I had to ask Special Agent Paul Burkholder to fix that scam on a direct deposit. And I actually ended up sleeping on the beach of Santa Monica for a couple weeks. The whole scam was that there was, supplemental healthcare in Long Beach, just couldn't find me a contract. They found me a contract, and then, something happened, and then, their parent company that does the travel contracts up in Buffalo, just couldn't find me a contract, and then Core Med Staff, a local staffing agency, was claiming that, there was a delay in a background check out of Nevada, and, they couldn't give me any nursing shifts and whatever. So I ended up running out of money. I got stalked by a bunch of guys, boyfriends wanting sex and this type of thing. And it was horrible trying to get away from them. But I lived homeless on the streets for a couple weeks down in Los Angeles, in LA County, actually. And I slept on the beach of Santa Monica for a couple weeks. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. At one point I had gone to the sheriff's office and I had shown him this letter. And I'll just never forget this very nice deputy sheriff. He was just like, you could just tell, he looked at this and he was so disgusted. And he's like, go make a police report. So I went back to the LA Police Department and sat in one of their back rooms and was trying to explain this to another police officer. And it was real interesting going in the back of a police station because, you see all these different things that say this section is homicide, this is, whatever, criminal investigations or whatever, kidnapping. It was just all kinds of weird stuff. But yes, no, I did go in the back of the Los Angeles Police Department. So I guess, I don't know, I kind of passed through security, I guess you could say, but boy, that was a warning, you know what, and at the time I was upset with Detective Aaron Banks, but then I realized he was warning me of a sting operation. Holy cow, dude. So I almost feel like I gotta call ahead sometimes. If I'm ever gonna go anywhere again, I better call ahead. I actually thought about doing that when I was down in Harlingen, Texas. I was looking at this nice little city and county that I was going to be living in and the one next to it, and I thought, oh my God, should I notify him prior to me coming? Should I explain that there's a potential for all kinds of crap to happen? And I thought, eventually these guys are going to stop. Nothing's going to happen here, but boy, dude. But at least they caught on quick. But something's still not right. So tomorrow at the hospital should be very interesting. But again, Detective Aaron Banks, thank you so much for that warning. down in Los Angeles about a year or so ago on the sting operation. Apparently, I'm sure set up by the FBI. So anyway, that's tonight's episode. I'll see you next time. Keep your stun gun handy. I will. Good night.